What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Paris Politics Today. People, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Sherelle?
What's
Hey,
up, Derek?
Hey, people, look, it's been a couple days since we've been on, and with that liar in chief, we can't even go to sleep at night and wake up without something stupid going down. And now, this week, he implementing tariffs all over the nation, all over the world, excuse me. Then he started messing with China. Now he done created this tariff war with them. He raised their stuff like 34% or something like that last week, uh, as if they wasn't gonna retaliate. They came back and said they raising theirs 34%. Now he tried to bully him and gave him a deadline to today at noon or whatnot to pull back their tariffs while he kept his there. Now he don't raise it up 50%. And now their total tariff is like 104%. For people who don't really know about like tariffs, and people think that the other country pays it. Like when stuff come here to the United States, the companies that's purchasing it or whatnot pay whatever tariff or slash tax for it. It's almost like if you ever brought somebody selling something out of their trunk, or that neighborhood guy, wee sell you a pair of shoes for $10. He brought them from Tyrone for $5. If Tyrone raised his price on wee $5, and now he charging them 10, wee gonna charge you 15. That's how it sort of works, and I hope I'm trying to explain it in a general term. But he expect that he can implement all these tariffs on these countries, and them just sit back and do nothing. So now he's giving China till tonight at midnight. Then he gonna kick in this 104% tariff. And what that's gonna mean for people who using iPads, iPhones, televisions, and the girls that's getting whatever you're getting from China, clothes, wigs, nails, jewelry, whatever, it's going up. And while all this time he's sitting there not worrying about the price of eggs or anything else, he's sitting there trying to be the bully of the world. He was just the bully of the United States. Now he want to be the bully of the world. But I think he don't start some shit his ass can't cash. Because I don't think China's messing with him. That's just my belief. So he had his little Caroline Levitz came out today to introduce this new tariff thing, and here she is.
70 countries or so. I'm curious, though, under what conditions at this point would President Trump talk to President Xi about tariffs?
Look, I just spoke to the president about this, and he believes that China wants to make a deal with the United States. He believes China has to make a deal with the United States. It was a mistake for China to retaliate. The president, when America is punched, he punches back harder. That's why there will be 104% tariffs going into effect on China tonight at midnight. But the president believes that Xi and China want to make a deal. They just don't know how to get that started. And the president also wanted me to tell all of you that if China reaches out to make a deal, he'll be incredibly gracious, but he's going to do what's best for the American people.
So China has to call first?
The Chinese want to make a deal. They just don't know how to do it. But the president will be implementing these 104% tariffs on China tonight.
Under what conditions might he consider lowering tariffs on China at this point?
It would be imprudent of me to tell you those conditions here from the podium.
See, there we go.
it's ridiculous.
Stuff. They out there just broadcasting it all over the world. Look at the big bad wolf. But Pops or Sherelle, what y'all think about all this?
Well, I want to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. That's my phone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought it was mine.
I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly.
Mhm.
He says, let me charge China more money so they can sell their goods here. So we're going to raise the price on them, but they can't raise the price on us.
Right.
And if you try to raise the price on us, and you want to make a deal, you want to go ahead and accept the high tariffs on your stuff, but not ours. And not only that, you got until 12 o'clock to decide what you're going to do, because if you don't do it by 12, then I'm going to raise them more money. Perry, that makes absolutely no sense. And what it does is it makes the stock market unstable. You're not going to invest in a company that you think is going to go broke. If they can't afford to pay for their supplies in their company, they're going to go broke. But it's not just in the United States, it's destabilizing the world's economy because nobody knows where we're going with this tariff. It's it's irresponsible at its best. He's acting like a teenage bully that wants his way. How the hell are you going to raise prices on them and then turn around and tell them they better not raise their prices on us? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be calm today because he's just playing with people's money. Because while he's doing all this bullying, right, and think somebody playing with him, China's not, they want to make a deal, they just don't know how. No, sir. If they wanted to make a deal with you, the deal would have been made. Pop, do you think these bully tactics are going to work?
But I do know one thing. I don't think it'll work, but I know who's going to suffer from it.
Who?
The poor people, us.
Us.
The people
The whole
without
country, not just us, the rich people too that's running their companies that need supplies from overseas.
Yeah, but it's going to hit the poor people like it always do the hardest. You know, the other people might got money to ride it out and stuff. We already can't afford half the stuff they sell it. So what are we going to do when they double the prices, triple the price while they play?
I mean, a third grader wouldn't decide to run the country like this. Does he really think bullying is going to work? Does he think being a bully is going to work?
Yeah.
How is this supposed to work, Perry? What is going through his thick skull?
The man is not too bright.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to be successful before he filed bankruptcy 6 times too. He thought when he married his woman that she would stay. Look, he just ignorant.
It's not gonna work.
He's real ignorant, and then he's doing it hoping that he can frighten some other country to bow down to make him seem more powerful. It's almost like sitting down on the playground, come up and slap the shit out you and say, I dare you, MF, to do something.
Well, he's a thug.
And yeah, he thinks he's gonna get away with it.
He's not a politician. He's a thug.
He's a thug. He's a thug.
You know.
But Pop, if the world economy plunges and everybody starts not making money, businesses starts closing and all that, then what is he gonna do?
Blame it on Biden.
He's gonna be responsible for the world's economy going to shit. He doesn't think that that's going to look bad on him.
He don't care.
He doesn't care
that
you are turning your back on the whole entire world.
Gangsters don't think like normal people. Gangsters think.
He does not live in this world by himself. He does not live here by himself. You have to get along with other countries to make the world go around.
You can't tell him that though, Sherelle.
Yeah.
He don't give a damn about nobody else in this world, even his wives.
Yeah, right.
Maybe his daughter.
But even the rich people, he's even screwing the rich people over because the stock markets are plunging.
Right.
What he's hoping that they give in before it gets too bad, but I don't think they're going to give in like that.
Does he really think the rest of the world is going to give in to his outrageous demands?
Yeah.
China is also a superpower, just like the United States.
Right. And
they don't have to put up with his nonsense, right, Perry?
Well, no, they don't, right? But it's that I'm from America kind of arrogance, right? A lot of people think because they're from America, we this great country and powerful country, they can treat people any kind of way they want to. He act as if, oh, if you don't buy anything from us, you will suffer. And so will we. Yeah. And they do got a choice. They can get products from other countries.
Oh,
they don't have to
come
to the United States. And that's where we sort of go into this thing where he wants people to beg for his services. The United States is so great, but then he's sitting over here and price of eggs high as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's just basically trying to bully these people. And hopefully he's starting to realize when people whispering in his ear, because him and Elon Musk was bumping heads over the weekend too.
Ooh,
Because Elon
really?
wanted him to cut it out with Canada and Europe, right? The tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he don't want to hear none of that.
Wait a minute. Elon Musk
Mm-hmm.
and Trump are at odds over the tariffs.
Right. Right. I mean, because Trump is about the only one who really think this. The people who follow along is people who scared to say a damn thing about it.
But even Elon Musk is telling him this is stupid, and he's got a screw loose himself.
Right.
I don't
But
get it.
Okay. Now people look at what's in their best interest, right? Let's face it. Trump, he might want a third term. He might want to be around for the third term because for his age and stuff. But he don't have to run for another election. See, all these little puppets like these congressmen and senators, they do. But he don't give a damn. So, like, you know how you get to that certain point when you're a senior and you're like, man, I ain't got to worry about that shit. I can skip here because I already got the grades. Trump sort of think that this is my second time being president. Now he's trying to just enjoy it. And
enjoy it?
Well, he's enjoying it because he wants to leave a legacy on this world that he wasn't a jackass that let the C-19 come through and deny it. He want to be known as some kind of genius or some kind of special leader or a dictator.
Okay, what's the goal here? Can you just tell me what the goal is? Because I've lost touch. What's the goal?
He wants to be acknowledged as somebody special, someone powerful. Obviously, he didn't get that from his home.
What does it have to do with the world economy?
Well, he don't give a damn about the world economy. He don't give a damn about his neighbor. Trump only do things that's going to benefit him. Elon Musk, why he wanted to stop those tariffs on Europe and Canada? Because he's losing money. He's losing money because he importing cars. I seen something that said that he's not they say he's just basically a car salesman that he get his engines and all that stuff from other companies. He's supposed to act like he's some great guy. He's a car assembler is what they call Elon Musk. Because everybody else do the work and the parts. Go ahead.
Pop, what is the goal? Can you just help me understand what he's trying to do? And maybe I can see a different. What is the goal here?
Well, Trump got a big ego and he want to be in charge, and he is in charge, but he want to be like Perry said, he want to be like a dictator or something,
So all of this for his ego?
Yep.
That man's insane. He's insane.
If you was always told growing up, set your dumb ass down, you ain't never gonna be shit. That's probably what he got from his father, because his father knew he was stupid.
Do you think that the Republicans are going to wake up eventually because they're trying to take the tariffs out of his hands and put it back into the Senate in the House? Do you think that they can at least accomplish that? Because they know something's wrong with this man. Everybody is suffering without a single goal as to why he's trashing the economy.
They ain't gonna be able to do it, Sherelle. Now, just because you get 4 of them that come over with the Democrats to propose a bill, it goes to the House. If they brave enough and pass it and go back to the Senate, it takes, if they pass it, Trump can veto it. Then it's going to take 2/3 of the Senate.
No, that's not what I asked. I said, will they come to their senses and do it?
No.
Pop, will the Republicans come to their senses and try to, if not all the way, at least pull him back into reality just a little bit?
When it started hitting them.
Oh,
because they got elections. They got election coming up. And
right.
They know they don't do something pretty soon, there ain't gonna be too many Republicans elected. So
right.
They gotta do something in order to keep their people in office, But got a bunch of old guys in there.
Yeah.
Democrats and Republicans. A bunch of old guys that don't want to let go.
They don't want to let go, and they don't want to work. They need to start finding some solutions for the problem that they call Donald Trump. He's a huge problem.
Yeah, they put him in there, so it's, you know.
And we have nobody to turn to. The individual, the common citizen. We can't turn to anybody for help, because if we go to the Senate, if we go to the House, they're powerless because they're scared of them.
Right. And I say this before I go on to my next clip. Sherelle, look, nobody's gonna stand up to him. The only way Trump back down is when his dumb ass realized it's not working. China ain't budging. Other countries ain't budging. When he started to look like a punk himself, then he'll come with some lie and act like, well, I felt
He's been
sorry
looking
for
like
him.
a punk. He always looks like a bully, and nobody's stopping him. Nobody.
Right. Well, it's like playing cards. He done stacked the deck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he done stacked the deck. So.
Oh, you mean by putting all those yes men in prominent positions? Is that what you're talking about?
He stacked the deck. You know, they're not going against him because they're scared to go against him. But things going to change when it gets full-fledged and people will start suffering. The regular people, it's going to be march and stuff. He won't get away with it, and they're going to have to put him out of office.
Well, they're getting away with it so far. I guess this weekend, go ahead, Perry. There was lots of protests, but the media scared to cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't last.
When I finish most of these topics I want to hit, if I have time, then I'm going to show you some clips of the protests. It was all over the U.S. and the East Coast, hundreds of thousands in each city, not every city, but in the major cities showed up. Things are starting to heat up, but Trump done went and started all this bullshit with these tariffs. Thanks, Sheila. She said that Mickey Ficky is crazy. Now, you're right. But he started all this mess while everybody's stressed and stock market plummeting. He out here acting like a 7-year-old kid on a golf course playing games.
Playing much golf, believe me. If I win this, I'm not going to be playing much golf. I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf.
As China hit back, Trump hit the golf course, away from the White House, but still furiously posting. China played it wrong. They panicked, he wrote.
Trillions of dollars have been wiped off shares in global markets since Donald Trump's declaration of a raft of tariffs. There are some jitters there on Main Street, but no sign of backtracking from Donald Trump.
No, the president has spent the day on the golf course in Florida. From there, he's been telling us that he is not backing down.
And so this is what I'm telling y'all. He's sitting there acting like a kid, but Trump has spent around $26 million of taxpayer hard-earned cash on his golf since he's been president. This time, since January.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, because wherever he go, transportation, security.
Yes. You have to be spending millions of dollars a day to golf. That makes no sense. It's offensive. It's offensive. Especially.
Where he's golfing at.
Say it again, Pop.
I said where he golf at is a lot of money. You know, the country clubs and the high.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know, he ain't golfing for free. You know, then they probably eat, get drinks. You know,
and he ain't rolling solo. It's a caravan wherever he go.
That's right. Secret
Service. They got to sleep somewhere. Yeah.
That's offensive because you got some stressed out stockbroker thinking about hanging himself, and then he's on the court. I mean, on the golf course. It's just he's just so offensive. Everything he does.
And just this weekend, when people was protesting all over America, he's sitting there still golfing. He made it to the championship. I'm not sure if he won or not for Sunday.
They're scared. They're probably letting him win. They're scared to play golf with him.
You know what? You're probably right about that, though, for real. You know, but that's where we at, and it's crazy. He started all this shit, and if that was any other president, they'd be like, "Hey, why ain't you in the White House taking care of business?" And if he want this to make America great again so bad, why ain't he at the White House instead of golfing, trying to work out trade agreements with these people? He really don't give a damn, and he know his time is limited because he old. And he really don't give a damn. So he gonna be all he can be while he here. That's what I'm thinking. But here's Fox News, because every network got their people. And they're sitting there supporting what he's doing, basically saying that, yeah, he's right. He's gonna do this because China need us. Everybody always think other countries need America. We might have more than other countries, but a lot of these nations need each other. You can't trade yourself.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But they going on and acting like China, oh yeah, he got China backed into a corner. They're afraid now because they can't be independent without us. They need us. And here's Fox News.
Table for the simple reason that China's economy is completely dependent on its exports to the United States and to the West. China has built its entire industrial strategy since its entrance into the World Trade Organization on being able to sell highly subsidized, currency manipulated, dumped goods into U.S. markets. It is an industrial strategy from China to product dump strategically to take out American steel, to take out American aluminum, to take out core American defense industries and defense needs so that we're reliant on China. And what's happening here is that China is now discovering for the first time that they have met an American president who is not going to be intimidated.
Now, what they realized is they finally met a dumbass president, is what they realized. But go ahead, Terrell and Pops.
Those people at Fox are working in fear. They know, they have common sense. They know that this is a disaster, but they're scared of the man. They're scared of him. And that's what turns them into yes people. But at the end of the day, you're going to suffer the same consequences because you have a job to do what the people want you to do, not what your bank account wants you to do. They're scared of him. They're scared. They're sick of Elon Musk. It's a freak show over there. And nobody's going to have the courage to stand up and say something is mentally wrong with Donald Trump. Will they, Pop? The Republicans are going to stand by his side no matter what happens.
They're going to jump off.
You what? You what?
They're going to jump off of the Trump bandwagon after a while, after get everything so messed up.
Why would they jump off? They're not jumping off now.
They're going to jump off because if they don't, they won't get voted in when the election is coming. So they're going to have to do something because they don't want.
You think those people are going to turn on Trump?
In the end,
right now they're not, because they don't know if this crazy dream of his is going to actually work.
Yeah, right.
So it's too early for them to jump. But trust and believe, as people protesting all across this country, when we in a deep recession, they gonna turn on Trump like no other.
I just don't see it. They listened to Trump, his every word when he wasn't president. When Biden was president, they still act like Donald Trump was president. I think the Republicans are the type to drink the cyanide with him.
No.
You don't think so?
They're going to jump off. You'll see.
Well, when are they going to jump off? Right now will be a good time to jump off.
They still got hope that he might succeed, might do good. So they still got hope. But after keep going on, things get worse and worse. And they see ain't no hope in them, then they're going to jump off. When they see they're going to get elected if they follow Trump.
Right now, stop me when I'm lying. He's laying off hundreds of thousands of people in days, right? He's covering our all. Yeah. The stock market has plunged. The world stock market has plunged. When are they going to jump off?
They're going to jump off where it started affecting them. Right now, the ones that's marching is the ones that lost their jobs and all that, the airport people and all that. But once it started hitting harder than regular people, they're going to jump off when they start protesting and stuff, because nobody's going to sit here and watch their family hungry for Donald Trump.
But
so
they've been protesting.
They don't have no choice. People are going to be marching, talking about it.
They did that this weekend. There was a massive protest, but the news people
Yeah,
couldn't
but
report it because they were scared of him.
Yeah, but it won't stay like that. Right now they can get away with it, but if you got people in every cities marching and his whole group, black, white, Mexicans, and everybody, then they can't sweep it under the rug. Right now, it ain't really had no big effect, so they can sweep it under the rug. But once you get out there, you can't sweep it under the rug when people sit there hungry and broke. Because he's not gonna get no better, he's gonna get worse. No doubt about it. He ain't gonna all of a sudden change his color. He gonna keep right on until he put himself in a hole. And everybody know the first thing, if you're in a hole, the first thing you do is quit digging. But he ain't got no sense. He studied digging. The hole gets bigger and bigger.
Why does he think that China's gonna cave into him? What's his rationale behind that?
He's Donald Trump. He's Donald Trump.
So he thinks that the Chinese are going to be scared of him just because he's Donald Trump? Did he realize they're not showing any fear?
They probably worried.
You think they're worried?
He sort of figured out they showing some fear, but he's hoping.
Do you think they're secretly worried?
Oh yeah, Trump is, yeah. And see, like he'll go back and forth, and now he's supposed to be entertaining, talking tariffs with other countries, trying to work out a deal. See, he'll come, everybody, this is the way it is, and go through it. When he started getting backlash from it, now he's trying to quietly back it back down. Remember how he's supposed to put all those tariffs on Mexico when he first came in, and the lady stood up to him, and then she wasn't budging. Then he came back. Oh, I went ahead and let it go because she promised to put 10,000 troops on the border.
So you're saying all of this is one big bluff?
Okay, it's a bluff when he started to lose. If people give in to him, he gonna keep bullying them. So the bully gonna bully until you knock the shit out of him. China is knocking the shit out of him right now. Then he gonna go back and regroup and come back. Oh yeah, well, he'll come with some lie to make it seem like he didn't punk out. Because he started a war his ass can't cash. That's my opinion. That's what I think. And he acting like America. A lot of people in America think they better than other countries. Let's keep it real. And that's what it is. And Trump got some money. He's white. So he really think people in China ain't nothing. Remember the Chinese virus or whatever? He come with all kind of shit.
Yeah,
right?
I remember that.
China virus or whatever. But he's messing with the wrong person because they do not have to trade us. Now, do they make money? Yes. Do we make money off them? Yes. That's the whole thing. But he act like everybody needs us to live. And that's not true.
Yeah.
Just like he think all minorities ain't shit. And we know that's not true. That's just part of his makeup. And then he going through this whole thing now, just basically saying, oh, they gonna need us. And now you got Fox, his little puppets talking. They need the United States. They can't make it alone. We'll find out. And then, because look, companies, these tariffs right now are gonna affect a lot of people in this chat in America get shit through China. And the main reason why, because it's too expensive if you buy it in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And then people ship their stuff to China. So a lot of people are going to be affected. And Trump is one of them. Because he got businesses. If you guys remember, all our businesses went overseas because they can get cheaper labor.
Well, I'm going to say this. You're going to see a whole bunch of women wearing their natural hair because it was already an arm and a leg. Now you're going to be paying over $1,000 for any kind of extensions. It's crazy.
For an iPhone, you may be paying $2,000 or $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he said, we can bring those jobs back here. Ain't nobody working for $5 an hour. So them other companies capitalize because they can live off that salary over there. You know what I'm saying? But not in the United States. But here is Trump back in, I want to say 2016 with David Letterman. And it shows him like that was like nobody need China. Well, if you didn't need China, why are you buying all your stuff for your businesses from China? It's going to hurt other businesses. Here's Trump and David Letterman.
Nothing against China. I just hate that their leaders are so much smarter than our leaders. 2016, we will not be the world leader anymore. We have been always. But in 2016, China becomes the great economic leader.
Even if Mitt Romney is elected, he says that
maybe you can turn it around.
Well, do you think he could turn it around?
I think we can.
Do you think Mitt Romney can turn it around?
I think he can.
As a line of clothing. Now, where were these made?
These were made, I don't know where they were made, but they were made someplace. But they're great. Against China, I just hate that their leaders are so much smarter than our leaders. 2016, we will not be the world leader anymore. We have been always. But in 2016, China becomes the great economic leader.
Even if Mitt Romney is elected, he says that
maybe you can turn it around.
Well, do you think he could turn it around?
I think we can.
Do you think Mitt Romney can turn it around?
I think he can.
As a line of clothing. Now, where were these made?
These were made, I don't know where they were made, but they were made someplace. But they're great. It's ties, shirts, cufflinks, everything sold at Macy's, and they're doing great. #1 selling tie anywhere in the world.
#1 selling tie anywhere in the world.
Shirt,
you wouldn't wear that shirt?
We also have them in white and beautiful white.
Where are the shirts made? Bangladesh.
Well, it's good.
Okay.
We employ people in Bangladesh.
Ties? Where are the ties
they
made?
Have to work
These are beautiful ties.
They are great ties.
The ties are made in where? China? Ties are made in China.
Well, I'll tell you, and you know what, David, in all fairness, I've been very open about that, and not all of them, by the way, but I've been very open about that. Are you okay? Is the
no,
chair
I'm
was
fine.
Made in China.
Yeah, I know.
The chair was made in China.
The chair was made in China.
You buy that at Macy's, by the way.
Let's just shut down the Donald Trump factory in Beijing.
I would love to.
And we'll put up a tie factory in Jamaica, Queens.
I love it.
And we'll make the Donald Trump ties.
I'm for it.
So he expect manufacturing companies to come back when he won't even have a factory here and do it. He get his stuff made in other countries. But then you get Fox and people like Trump. Oh no, everybody need America. I think in this whole world, a lot of countries need each other, especially when it comes down to trade. But that's ridiculous. What y'all think, Sherelle?
I mean, he didn't flinch when he realized he was caught in a lie. He is a professional liar. I need to start learning from him. I mean, he sat there. His face wasn't even red. He just thought of another lie. Well, not all the ties, only 10% of the time. It just makes no sense. You got a lot of footage proving he's a liar. We know that. But, they're still... Pop, do you think these people that voted for this idiot have any buyer's remorse, or are they still cheering him on?
No, they know they made a mistake. I mean, not the diehard ones, though, but the regular ones, they beginning to see. All of them don't see clearly yet, but they will see. Trump is for Trump. He's for the rich man, period.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care. If you ain't rich, you ain't even human. He ain't got time for you. He's not trying to solve American problems. He's creating one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a fact. But this is what I wanted to touch base on too. Let me see, what was it? Supreme Court. You know how they were saying that they trying to get rid of that Alien Enemy Act? So Supreme Court came out and ruled to allow Trump administration to continue deporting Venezuelan immigrants under the Alien Enemy Act.
What?
They said they're allowed to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all the Republicans last night, that's a victory. We can do this. But they also said that before you do that, so it's the fine print. Before you do that, these people get you have to serve these people a ladder or whatnot and give them a chance to defend themselves, like in court or something, before you send them back. But Trump ain't gonna follow that neither.
Okay, let me get this straight. So they'll allow him to continue deportation, but they have to go in front of a judge?
Right. Because you only can do it if you can find out that they're criminals and these things. That they send in anybody, whether you're a criminal or not.
Oh, Perry, I'm confused. Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
Like, under this act, you can't just go and pick up any minority and send them out the country. But if you can prove that they're criminals, they broke the law, things like that. Did it make sense?
Yeah, okay, because they're just rounding people up right now. If you look Hispanic, go ahead, you gotta go. And you're saying that they have to have a reason now to deport you?
Right. And they almost have to go to court, basically.
What about if you are undocumented and you're working, you're at work? What about that? And they come to get you. What about that?
I don't think so, that they can just kick you out like that. I mean, send you to another country. That I'm not exactly sure. I'm not really sure about that. I mean, but
That
right now,
probably means no if you have to go in front of a judge first.
under this act, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, but they still got to prove that you're a criminal. And
But he doesn't listen. The judge has ruled for him to do a lot of stuff. He can just do what he wants to and not get in trouble.
he's supposed to, but
Yeah, most of the Supreme Court, he put them up there. You know, a lot of judges.
So as he breaks these laws, nothing happens to him.
So far,
ain't shit happened to him. He's still doing it and breaking the law again. Because nothing happened to him when he committed those 34 felons neither.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn, he's running around acting like a dictator. He does what he wants to. If the judge tells you don't do that, he says, so what? And does it anyway. It's crazy. Unbelievable.
And then he just say stupid shit all the time. Like also today, he came out and said Trump will fine migrants $998 per day who don't self-deport themselves. Like, you're supposed to have this mass deportation, and you coming up very, very weak, sir, doing it. You know, very, very weak. So now,
Wait, Perry, what sense does that make? He says he's going to do mass deportation. Now he wants them to deport themselves.
because he's too busy golfing. He's too busy raising tariffs.
Who's going to deport themselves?
Exactly.
So, what?
And then he gonna fine them $998 per day. And he could seize their property and their land. I don't, you know, he's a joke. He got that going on, and then he's in plans talking about having a big military parade on his birthday, June 14th. Now,
You mean like the French macaroon?
like the guy in Korea. Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
Where they walk down the street and they have a parade.
parade all your military.
Like they do in communist countries.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God.
Things that dictators do.
Who's going to pay for this?
Same people who paid for his golfing experience. That'd be you and Pops.
yeah.
You know, that'd be you and Pops.
What have you seen him, Pop, when they show his fascination with dictators, and he loves when the dictators get a parade? And what about being a dictator is he in love with? It makes no sense.
When you're a dictator, you do what you want to do. You don't have no constitution holding you back. People scared to talk against you, like Putin and them. They can't say nothing against him or you end up in prison.
Yeah.
Come on, listen. So he want absolute power. He want all the power. He's not no politician that wants election. He want to be appointed. You know, he want to get in there and can't get out, and he likes it. You know, because it feeds his ego. But he gonna get ran out there. You see.
Yeah,
I hope so.
And
This
so-
is ridiculous.
But
When
you
you
just
get
can't
that
say
power-
when.
right.
That's the hard part.
Because like you said, while he breaking the law, nobody's stopping him. So he's not gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. That's Trump, right? So now he's getting away with a lot of this shit. So now he's getting even further out there.
Yep.
You didn't get to be from Venezuela. Now he said he loved the idea of shipping out U.S. American prisoners to other countries. Here he is.
What?
Back to El Salvador, the president there said he would be willing to take American citizens in the federal prison population. Is that one of the ideas you're going to be discussing?
Well, I love that. If we could take some of our 20-time wise guys that push people into subways and that hit people over the back of the head and that purposely run people over in cars, If he would take them, I'd be honored to give them. I don't know what the law says on that, but I can't imagine the law would say anything different. If they can house these horrible criminals for a lot less money than it costs us, I'm all for it.
Secretary Rubio announced a deal this week that would allow potentially American citizens for criminals to be put in a different country. Is that something you're looking to do?
No, I didn't know that he announced that yet, but if he did, it's fine, yeah. We have hardened criminals, horrible people. You see them pushing people into subways. The train is coming last week. Guy walking around, just sees somebody waiting for the train. Train's coming 40 miles an hour, and he gets pushed into the subway. And that happens all the time. These are sick people. If we could get them out of our country, we have other countries that would take them. They could. It's no different than a prison system, except it would be a lot less expensive, and it would be a great deterrent. Send them to other countries. If we could go a step further, in other words, we're talking about getting the criminals out of our country that come in through other countries illegally, right? The illegal migrants, as I call them. Well, we have people that are just as bad as them in our country. If we could get them out, I'd be very happy.
You would pay El Salvador to house them?
Said that he wanted you to pay a fee.
Oh my God, Pop, you're right. He's making his way to the black people. He want all of us locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already locking us up right now at a astronomical rate, right? The jails, pick a prison. It's mostly black.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try to send us overseas. And you said he's going to make his way to the black people. And that's what I think he's doing with this. Lock them up, send them to El Salvador. Free labor. Get them out my white country. That's what he's doing. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, but
oh my God, this is terrible.
They already got a plan what they're gonna do with us before this stuff even happened. You know exactly. They locked us up in jail, but the jails are all getting full. So either they got to take them to another country, like he said, or find some other way to house us because it's overcrowded now. And we're so silly, stupid, that once we get broke, we'll do anything to make money. So right to jail you go, And if you don't give man a chance to make some money, to take care of his family or his kid, he's going to do something wrong,
This is the same man that wanted to lock up the five, I can't think of the name, in what was it called, Central Park 5?
Yeah.
He wants black men locked up. And we're not special, and he's at black people. He's going to come after our children. He's going to come after our women. He's going to start out with our men.
See, we had always been.
Oh my God.
Black Americans had always been a threat to national security.
How are black people a threat to national security?
To them,
in his mind. I'm asking you in his mind. How are we a threat to him? Just because of the color of our skin? What is it? What is his beef with black people?
Because we riot, we march, we take stuff for so long, and then we blow up and do stuff. Then he lock us up. We're thorn in their side.
Yeah.
And yes, well, it started with the color. Because I know what Pop's saying. This is what they think they stereotype you. You black. It started with your skin. Brown, whatever, right? If you ain't white. Because MAGA people riot. We seen January 6th. He okay with that. So it's not just the rioting part. It's just the color of your skin. He's a racist.
I mean, this is worse than the tariffs because he can hide his plan this way. Oh, they did. I've seen them give somebody a life sentence for selling weed here in Vegas when it's legal. You can go to the dispensaries, but they're locking black boys up in Vegas for selling weed, and they're giving them life sentences for weed, something you can go around the corner and buy. I didn't see it. I mean, this is more scary than the tariffs because they're going to try to lock us up. Lock us up. That's what they do. Lock us up. Free labor.
Mm-hmm.
Code word, free slavery. Slavery.
Yep.
And then you have a generation of kids that grow up and have no social concept because they taught to put money first. Most young kids putting the money first. They ain't thinking about penitentiary. They ain't thinking about none of that. This got to get paid. So they do
I say everybody, a lot of black people, I'd say 40 and under, don't have any common sense, especially the boys. What do you attribute to that? Why are our boys so stupid?
Spoiled.
Spoiled by who?
Their parents.
Yeah, I mean, they can be spoiled or underprivileged or just a lot of them might not have a father figure in the house. I mean, and then the way society is set up, it's hard for people to make it. And if they can't qualify for jobs, it leads you back to the street, don't it?
Right.
Yeah, but we've seen this book a million times. If you sell drugs, you know what's going to happen to you. And we get people to sign up every day.
Right. I understand that, right? But if you can't get a job the right way, what's going to happen to you? You go back to the streets. I know what you're saying. Like, as parents, we got to do a way better job with raising our kids and our communities, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's a big thing. But jobs today, yeah, we probably could put a thing in the chat and people will tell you they have problems getting jobs and shit now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's sort of crazy. But then you got Trump running around playing all these games. He ain't did really nothing because this mass deportation, he ain't did that yet. Face it, MAGA. Remember, on day one, he was going to have buses rolling, helicopters rolling. He did that shit for show.
Yeah.
And now he's really worried about just getting his money. And
Is
this
it really show, Perry, when you got people locked up in Guantanamo Bay and El Salvador?
Okay, no, I'm saying it wasn't a mass deportation. I think I gave you the number. I think altogether, it could have been 400 people total that ever went there.
The ones that they tracked.
Well, yeah. But I'm saying other presidents have deportation rate was higher than his, doing it the right way. He just coming in trying to make a splash is what I'm trying to say.
Nah, he's not trying to make a splash. He's locking them people up. It's not for show.
Okay, no.
There are people scared to go to work and school. They're Hispanics and school because they're deporting in the schools. They're deporting at work. They're deporting at the hospitals. You telling me that's for show?
No, okay. All the photo ops, right? He want people to think he's doing way more. If he could, if Trump could, yes, he would get them all out tomorrow. But that takes dollars. It takes.
No,
okay, well,
I don't agree. I mean, they said just because they say it on the news doesn't make it true. He's deporting at a crazy rate. He's getting rid of people, and he's not keeping documents on who's going where. He's just walking up to you on the street.
Right.
You look Hispanic, get in the car.
Yeah, because remember, he's
You
supposed
think
to
all of that's for show?
Okay. This is what I'm saying. No, like I said, he's a racist man. He would love to get them all out, us too, today. He just don't have the manpower to do it. I'm just saying, to please the MAGA folks, he's putting on these demonstrations to make them think he's fulfilling his promise. His promise, like he's going to do it. I don't know. What do you say, 10 million a year? Or something like that he's supposed to have been doing. I'm not sure. But they do these photo ops just to make MAGA people happy. If he could, it takes a lot of manpower, to do all that stuff. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he ain't racist. He don't want to do it. It's not going
And
like
you're saying he's not really doing the numbers that he's telling him he's doing.
Right,
and I'm challenging that, saying that BS, he doing it and more, but if he's hiding his tracks, he's taking people's husbands without no paperwork. She's seen her husband on television. She didn't know where he was. I've seen them remember they were knocking the windows out the cars to get the two Hispanic children that were in the car. Don't tell me that that's just for a photo shoot.
Yeah, maybe I didn't say that right, Sherelle, because you acting like I'm saying the man don't want to deport nobody, like the man haven't deported nobody. I'm just saying most of the stuff you see on the news, he would love to, but he too busy golfing. He too busy wanting to be a dictator and doing other dictatorship things, right? That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
When,
You act like
when he went in and first start sending the people back to Mexico over to wherever he was sending them to, it was for show. The show that he wasn't playing,
right?
So that's what he's saying. That it was for show. He didn't do it trying to keep the law because they was here causing trouble. He did it because he said he was going to do it, so he did it. It's all for show. Trump's tough. He ain't taking no
That's
stuff.
throwing me off the word it was for show. Because when you put razor wire in the water, that's not for show.
If
So,
I want,
I'm not following y'all, huh?
If I say to you, I say I was a big politician, and I say, Sherelle, keep talking, we're gonna lock her up. Okay. Right. So everybody watching to see what I'm gonna do. Okay. Then all of a sudden I come to your house in the middle of the night, grab you up, put you in the van, take you away. Now she's gone. It was for show. Straight for show for other people to say, well, I better be cool because if he sent her off, he sent me off too. Putin and do stuff for show.
So you're saying when they take them, they make a big deal out of it.
That's it.
Yes, for show. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And they'll do it seem like because they want to instill fear in a lot of people.
It was
but
like
if they had the manpower, he would seriously do it. Like
it was like slavery.
Bus rolling out of here right now. Go ahead, Pops.
In slavery, when they used to make them all come down to the field, and so maybe Jimmy ran away, and they let the rest of them see what they're gonna do to Jimmy. This is what happened to you if you run away too. It's for show. Though Jimmy got killed, it wasn't right. What they did to show the other slave, don't try it. Because if you do, this is what's gonna happen to you. So so in a way they said, that
so they try to do it in the scariest way possible, so the other ones will self-deport.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think about it before you do it. They had no love for us, no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if he could, he'd say, I'm in the pickup truck riding, shooting us down.
Exactly.
So Donald Trump, no doubt, wants an all-white United States, right?
Mm-hmm.
So once it's all white, then that's all he wants, right? I'm trying to get to his ultimate goal. So what's going to happen when it's all white? It'll be a nice place to live?
No, because then they're going to start going off your finances. It's always going to be some type of.
That's my point exactly.
Right.
So
but the only thing he know, the only thing he know is he hate minorities right now. He don't give a damn how America look, whether all white, pearly white, whatever. He just know he hate these ninjas. That's it.
That's sick.
Huh?
I said he's sick.
Yeah, no, he is sick.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
He was brought up racist, so that's the way it is, Just like some blacks will think all white people are bad. Didn't give them a chance. Might have had some friends that were white, but basically they're no good, So if somebody teach you that blacks is no good, all of them need to be locked up. And the people that's teaching you is your daddy, somebody that you love. So he's telling you all the time they're no good, they're just animals, watch them. So that's where he grew up, and that's what he thinks.
So they're protesting every weekend. He's hiding the fact that they're protesting.
He's trying to act like it don't bother him. Yeah.
I believe as we get closer to, he's going to try to do this third term mess. When that backfires, he's not going out without a fight. I just believe that.
He's not going to make it to the third term. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
What do you mean? What do you think is going to happen to him?
He's going to get ran out of office. The Republicans going to fall. More of them going to go against him. Democrats already against him. Somebody gonna impeach him, and they're gonna have a hearing with the American people saying, "Get him out of there." See, he thinks he's untouchable. He thinks he's untouchable, but he's not. He thinks he got all the power, but he don't. All the power lie with the people. You might make laws to keep us broke, but when the whole population stand up against you, they're more powerful than any president or game.
Well, somebody who likes power so much, he's sure giving everybody a reason not to want him in power.
Right.
Even the Republicans.
Exactly.
Yeah, he don't care.
But this is why I don't think he'll get a third term, Trina. I mean, Sherelle, I'm thinking this. He won't get a third term because of his age. And he won't get it. Now, I can't tell you which one going to happen first. Or he going to mess this economy up so bad that his ass going to get ran the hell out.
Yeah.
And people underneath him, the younger Republicans, they want to be president one day too.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. In-house. Right. Envy.
But you got Trump going all through all these games, getting all these emotions. So he'll talk about this shit that just sound tough. I ain't worrying about it because I think it won't happen. But while all this going on, then you got that flip-flopper, RFK Jr. And he's a weird kind of guy. I just don't get it. I really don't even see how people, no offense, can listen to him doing a meeting.
But Perry,
shaking and
I was gonna say something happened. He didn't talk like that when he was on earlier. And now he looks like he had a stroke or a heart attack. Doesn't he look like that to you? His skin is red.
Not only do he look like he's about ready to have one now.
It's the drugs he Nobody can tell me.
Drugs?
I believe so. He get them from the doctor.
Say that.
He said he used to be a heroin.
Kennedy was getting drugs from the doctor. Jackie Kennedy was getting drugs from the doctor. Come to the White House and gave it to him. Don't make you think he any different.
Wait a minute. You're trying to tell me that John F. Kennedy was an addict?
He said, look, he even said in his thing that he's been sober, I don't know how many years, and he was hooked on the H.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And he's sitting there just going off mumbling, and he got a weird way of thinking because, today, he finally had to start coming out, or yesterday or whatnot, saying that most effective way to prevent the spread of measles is the MMR vaccine. A few weeks ago, he said vitamin A is now recommended by the CDC. Now, a few months ago, when he was asked, would you give your children the MMR vaccine? He said no. And here's a clip.
Low on time, and I want to get to vaccines. If your kids were young now, would you give them the measles, the mumps vaccine?
No. I got measles, mumps when I was a kid. It was
lots of people used to die from those diseases.
Well, you know what? They died in the 1900s, and the World Health Organization now says vitamin A is an absolute cure for measles, which we didn't know about back then. Back then, we were treated with chicken soup, and it was, a week at home watching Leave It to Beaver.
Now, after multiple outbreaks and 2 deaths, unqualified, incompetent, RFK Jr. admits the MMR vaccine is the most effective way to prevent measles spread. And it's sad. It takes people to die for this idiot to act like it's a real deal.
Well, everybody know he was on drugs. I mean,
I want to get back to that. How do you know he hasn't had a stroke or a heart attack? He is red. He's a weird color. What makes you think it's drugs? Oh my God.
Which one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about? John F. K. Or
the one we just saw, RFK.
Yeah, he's known to be on drugs. He had a hard time. There's no secret about him.
They said he's on drugs.
He was on drugs for years. Now, whether he off or not, I don't know. But he was on drugs, straight drug addict for years.
Oh my God! Y'all gotta give me time to digest this.
He He said he'd been clean for a while.
No, something's wrong with him. And he talks really funny and he's a weird color. He doesn't have, no, he's not like, he's a weird color. Like we know Donald Trump puts tanner on his face. He looks like that. Something's wrong with him. He's sick. He got liver disease or something. Something wrong with that man.
Well, you know, anytime your whole family go against you on national TV, you know something ain't right about you.
Yeah.
They all
and you said it was a public fact that people knew he was on drugs?
Oh, yeah. They don't say about him.
Well,
and Donald Trump put him in the administration?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I think he did it because remember, he was running as one of those independents or whatnot, or some crazy shit. Trump must have promised him. So those votes wouldn't be wasted. You see what I'm saying?
I told you this White House is nothing but addicts and alcoholics and sex fiends. Child, they're thugs, all of them.
Yeah, but it was a trip though. But he admitted himself when he was going through confirmation and all that stuff. He was saying, "Yeah, I'm clean now."
Oh my God, are you serious?
He spoke about his rehab. It ain't a drug. No, one thing about it, now you can't trust what he tell you, but it's not a drug that he can't name. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying?
And then they put him in charge of health.
Yeah.
Is this a joke? Y'all gotta forgive me, Chad. This is new news to me. I didn't know he was an addict in charge of our health. It's crazy. This is crazy. Sorry.
It's crazy, though.
Unbelievable.
And that's pretty much where it's at. That's pretty much most of the news, I think. But now this weekend, it was interesting that I'm sure a lot of people probably seen it, but they really, I had to ask Sherelle, I said, well, I had to go through social media and try to find all these different clips and stuff because no news people are actually showing it. Like they might just show it real quickly. Actually clips of the protest. And then Sherelle was just telling me, yeah, because these people don't want to get fired and Trump, you know how Trump and them start suing and doing all this kind of stuff. So, but do y'all want to watch a little bit of it?
Yeah, really quick. I wanted to see because the internet is the only place you can find this stuff because he's really watching what the media puts out. It's crazy. I mean,
okay, this right here, just a little news clip, just showing you what was going on. Then I'm gonna show you some actual footage.
Okay.
Across the country and around the world today, tens of thousands of people turned out for what organizers say has been the biggest single day of protests against President Trump and his second-term policies and actions. In this country, more than 1,000 rallies were planned in small towns and major cities from coast to coast. Ali Rogan begins our coverage.
In Washington, crowds descended on the National Mall, calling for lawmakers to rein in President Trump.
He's right now destroying our economy. He's taken away all of our allies. We're a pariah in the world. And Congress sits back and does nothing.
The mass protest, dubbed the Hands-Off National Day of Action, was organized by advocacy groups that oppose the president's policies during his first term. Protesters railed against Mr. Trump's recent moves to lay off scores of federal workers, revoke protections for immigrants, and implement sweeping tariffs. But for Democratic leaders, the president's threat to democracy took center stage.
Our founders wrote a constitution that does not begin with "we the dictators." The preamble says, "We the people."
The movement spread far beyond the nation's capital. From the sidewalks of South Bend to downtown Boston and New York City, demonstrators took to the streets in protests both big and small to oppose President Trump's agenda. That resistance echoed around the globe. In Germany, England, and Portugal, protesters flocked to public squares to show support and solidarity with Americans.
Freedom is at stake in the United States and for the whole world with what Donald Trump is doing. And we need to stand up.
For PBS News Weekend, I'm Ali Rogan.
Wow. Let me show you some live footage. It's probably like 3 or 4 minutes or something.
Okay.
but you can talk to a minute. And actually, Sherelle and Post, y'all probably can talk through this. It's not a lot of talking. It's just them marching and stuff. So if you got something to say, I don't think you interrupting.
So, Poppy, you keep saying that the people are going to rise up, start protesting.
Boston,
We're
Massachusetts.
oh my
now,
gosh,
as
look
we
at
check
that.
back in on one of our top stories, anti-Trump protests taking place across the country today after a tumultuous week, to say the least. On Wall Street and the economy. We want to point out, just a few minutes ago, we did show you a protest. We said it was Boston. It was not Boston. It was an unrelated protest. But what you are looking at right now is Boston, and I'm from there. I can recognize this. This is the plaza right outside of City Hall in downtown.
Oh my God. Crazy. Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Oh my,
And
that's unbelievable. Wow.
it's a small town.
Look at the crowd. Look at middle class white people.
Yeah.
You know,
turn it down a little, Gary. On the roll over the thing on the screen.
Look at the crowd. They mostly middle class whites. Now,
Just like you said, Pop.
What's gonna happen? I think the crowd won't be when the blacks, the brown, and other races get in it. It's gonna be massive. It's gonna be a massive demonstration. And it's gonna build up.
Look at that.
And they waving the people in Canada. That's Canada on the other side. They protesting too.
Wow. You think it's going to get bigger than this, Pop?
Oh, it's going to get bigger than that. But this is only one race.
And these just like some postings they had up there.
Presidents who have the
They talked about having them like every 2 weeks.
And the economics of Herbert Hoover.
Wow.
But now what, Elon Musk and the Silicon Valley billionaire mafia?
They talking about having them every 2 weeks, and you know it get under his skin.
This ain't nothing good.
This brings tears to my eyes because the bad people. Huh?
So when you're gonna be crying, you're gonna shed a lot of tears.
Harry, turn it down. Turn it down a minute.
I said this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, because you know what? The bad people do so much damage that you forget that the world is mostly good.
Yep.
And I mean, this is just unbelievable, and it warms my heart because we have been going through hell since this man took office. And I hope it does get bigger than this. And I have to say sorry to my father, who I said was crazy, because you said this from day one. And so it's starting to happen, and it gives me hope. It gives me hope.
Yep. I mean, from every big city to small cities, and some cities had it for the regular people, and then they had it for the elderly. They'd be on the other side of the road with they, chairs and canes and stuff. And
Social Security is a threat too.
Yeah.
This is just warm. It warms my heart. We've been bullied by this wannabe dictator who doesn't follow any of the rules. Like, we want him out of office, and we want him out now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, it's crazy.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot of damn people, and like a lot of these major cities had over 100,000. Some of them had 10,000, 100,000.
He's mean to our elderly. He doesn't want any social programs. He wants the whole place to be all white. He's just a bad person from the bottom of his heart. Pops is a prophet.
Oh,
Not a prophet. Wait,
Corey, please don't. No.
no, but we have to give him credit for
I
saying
know.
this, that because I've been really scared, and just when I think about the damage that he has done and continues to do, it's just overwhelming. And so my father said from day one that the people were going to get sick of his shit, and we're sick of it. He's hiring drug addicts to be in charge of our health care. Like, Donald Trump is just an evil man, period.
Yeah.
But the regular people, the regular working people now, you better be saving your ducats, buying your little food to put up, because you're going to get hit hard. They always hit the little man first.
Talking about this save food. How much time do we have? I haven't did it yet.
Well, nobody knows, but it's coming, because you ain't gonna better buy nothing. Everything gonna be too high.
Yeah.
It's already high, so you imagine when you go putting extra taxes and stuff on stuff. You can't afford what you got now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the seniors gonna do. Because because we have fixed incomes. We can't go work a couple more hours.
Right.
Only thing, because it's what you're gonna get, and that's all you're gonna get. So, and plus we old, So, but you still got to plan best as you can,
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna go on too long. This summer it's gonna get real hot.
Hot as in the heat.
I'm saying it's gonna be marches everywhere.
Oh.
People on TV, on the radio, is gonna get real hot. Because by that time, shit gonna be all out of whack.
Yeah.
Because we just seen the tip of it. We ain't seen the whole thing yet.
And I'll say this, like, I'm thinking around about July, August. People are gonna be upset. It's gonna be businesses folding.
Yeah.
You probably start seeing going downtown and windows boarded up and shit.
Yeah.
This shit is about ready to get bad.
Yeah.
And Trump, he'll try to put a spin on it, because one thing about him with his racist ass is that once he come out and say he gonna do something, he don't want to look bad in that sense. He'll act like, yeah, well, I was gonna really punch him in his damn mouth, but they begged me and they gave me $5 million, right? Or he'll come up with some reason why. And I think a lot of these tariffs that he put on these people, he want to talk trade with them to see what he can get out of all these other countries personally, not for our country.
Well, let me ask you this, Pop. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. What can I buy? What am I going to eat when the prices shoot up?
Fruit and vegetables.
But it's expensive. It's expensive.
Yeah, if that's what you like, you'll buy them.
It's going to be really expensive.
I'll be over to get some.
I can't. He's a mess. No, I'm really serious, Pop. What do I buy? Just canned goods? What do I buy?
Well, you buy what you can afford,
Yeah, you can, yeah. But I'm telling you what, Mexico, all that stuff, we get all these fresh produce and stuff.
Right.
That shit gonna be old. The grocery stores might even stop carrying half of it.
Yeah, like they did during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What did I eat during the pandemic? I didn't. I ate regular food, and that wasn't good for me.
Right. So I'm thinking we'll definitely have our answer this year in 2025. Now, you can think, well, all these congressmen and senators that keep rolling with them, they'll roll with you when they ain't sure if you're a winning ticket or a losing ticket. When they find out you're a losing ticket, they bouncing.
They bouncing.
Yeah.
They gonna bounce. He gonna have some diehard stick with him, but the majority of them gonna bounce. You'll see. And act like they had never supported him.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Perry. This was a good show.
So,
but we got to get ready. Put you some money up, put you some canned goods and stuff up. You got to
canned goods. I'm a better learn to eat them, right? I could buy canned fruits, huh? Canned
Yeah,
vegetables, I mean.
you know, and
Beans and rice.
because it's gonna be bad for us, especially for the poor people. But we already poor, so we know how to do it. You know. I know I was young and
Thanks, Tori.
Potatoes to death. And somebody else said beans and rice. So you have to find stuff to eat that's gonna keep
Definitely
you
rice.
healthy.
Yeah. Rice is good. Rice is real good. Beans too.
But going to the store ain't gonna be like every weekend if you're working. Only thing saving a lot of the, and then another thing I want to say. When somebody says white people or black people or brown people, don't mean that you're prejudiced. So if I say white, it ain't because I'm prejudiced, but I say that because you guys are running the country. You're at the top of the list.
That?
But
do you think people think that?
Well, I see that one comment said like we were ganging up on the whites, but it's not true. It's just the truth is they running the country. That's the truth.
I don't think they get offended, or they wouldn't be here.
Well, I mean, some could if he said over.
Well, we're not trying to offend anybody.
If you came over news, so yeah, it's a disclaimer.
We all got white friends and white people, So we might not like the policy.
What's powdered foods? Well, I'm getting scared. Oh, like maybe like lemonade and stuff like that.
I bet they're gonna say similar.
Dehydrate food.
Oh no, you're talking about the green juice that I drink every morning, stuff like that. That's powdered but healthy for you. That's what she's talking about.
They got regular food that Mark Perry know from the military. They got regular.
They're called MREs.
I forget what you call it. They put a little water in it, and it comes back.
Child, this is a mess.
What do they call it?
I can't remember.
Oh,
MREs or something like that.
He's saying noodles.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Noodles is good.
Then people said Pops keep speaking the truth. Powdered milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got powdered.
Yeah. I know. I had it. I just can't. But I guess if I ain't got no damn choice, I can say I can't do a lot of things.
Good show today, Perry.
Somebody say grow gardens. That's and hell, growing a garden probably ain't cheap these days.
We can't do that here. We live in Vegas. You can do it off season when it's not summer. Powder foods. Yeah. It's a nice picture.
Buy flowers so you can make your own stuff.
We on the YouTube and we're talking, but it's more serious than that. So don't just tune in to different stations, see what's going on. You better get prepared because you're going to have to be, because it's coming.
So let's see. That's all I pretty much got to say today. But I want to thank everybody for popping up, joining Pops and Sherelle and I. And I might come on tomorrow. If not, it might be like every other day because lately I've been having a lot of stuff to do. But I definitely come on when I can. But at least every other day we'll try to pop up and just catch up. So Sherelle and Pops, y'all got anything to say?
Good show.
Oh, thank you.
See you next time.
Yeah, and I would just say this to people. So, I mean, we're getting close to 40,000. If you like the show, come in, get a video a like. That helps the channel out. And sub if you're not subbed. Until the next show, you guys be good, and we'll see you guys later on 3. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.